uh, Evans appeared in that O-level examination, and McCleary had given the invigilation. Now it happened that after the examination was completed, McCleary had come out, and Stephens, he got the order from the governor to accompany McCleary to the main gate. And actually Stephens, the junior prison officer, he had done this, and when he was coming, he thought that to see once what Evans was doing after the examination. So he went inside the cell, sorry, not inside the cell, he just went in front of that cell, and through the peephole he just wanted to see that what was going on there. And he was very much surprised. He saw that a man was sitting in that chair, and a blanket was hanging from his shoulders, and actually blood was gushing out from his head. Not only that, it was coming out, and actually his beard is also wet because of that blood. At this, Stephens, the junior prison officer, he was very much scared, and he started to shout. Jackson, the senior prison officer, he came, and orders were giving, and all the officers were very much, they were very much worried that what had happened. Immediately, that person, they thought that it was McCleary, and it was McCleary, that he was very much wounded, and blood was gushing out from his head. He was taken out of that cell, and the governor also came, and the governor ordered to bring ambulance as well. But McCleary told that he was okay, and he knew where Evans had gone. Up to this we had completed. Now here let's start from page number 82 towards the end of this. We must get you to hospital immediately. I just don't. You have called the police. The governor told that we must get you to the hospital immediately. The governor told this to McCleary, that we must take you to the hospital because for your condition, actually blood is coming out from his head. I just don't. At this he told, I just don't. And at this, McCleary wanted to know that you have called the police. McCleary told this to the governor, that whether they have called the police or not. Yes, they are on the way, but and the governor told McCleary that yes, they are coming. The police is on their way. I'm all right. Look here. Awkwardly, he opened the German question paper and thrust it before the governor's face. It's there. Do you see what I mean? Now that wounded McCleary, he had taken that question paper with him, and he wanted to show it to the governor. And he wanted to show it to the governor, and he showed it to the governor that you see what I want to mean. The governor looked down and realized what McCleary was trying to tell him. A photocopied sheet had been carefully and cleverly superimposed over the last originally blank page of the question paper, and the governor found to his surprise that a photocopied Xerox sheet has been pasted to the last page of that question paper. You see what they have done, governor, you see. His voice trailed off again as the governor, dredging the layers of long neglected learning, wheeled himself to translate the German text before him. Now we know that governor read that German in his school level. So governor wanted to read what was written in the last page of the question paper, how fine it has been described. The dredging the layers of long neglected learning. Dredging means digging up. Long neglected means the governor, when he was a schoolboy, he had German as his subject. So he wanted to dig out that knowledge, and he wanted to translate the German text into English. Sil sollen dem Skochen Vera Borderen Plan Ganu Fallen. These are written in German. Okay, that. You must follow the plan already. Now this is the English rendering of it, that the governor was successful to translate this German text into English. That the English meaning is that you must follow the plan already. Something means there in that particular word the governor could not understand, but the governor could understand these. You must follow the plan already. The vital point in time is 3 minutes before the end of the examination, but something means the word that governor could not translate into English. So the governor was trying to read it out in English, and from there the governor could understand that it was a master plan laid by Evans, and he had been helped by his friends who were outside the jail, and they had written these to Evans that the vital point in time 3 minutes before the end of the examination. This was the vital point. Now what had happened 3 minutes, I just want to remind you that the examination was scheduled to completed at 11:25. At 11:22, Stephens, who had been standing outside and looking through the peephole all through that examination, Jackson told Stephens that governor wanted to talk to you over telephone, and actually Stephens moved from outside of that cell where he had been standing, at 11:22. So this has been stated here. The vital point in time 3 minutes before the end of the examination, and something. Don't hit him too hard. Remember, he is a minister, and don't overdo the Scott accents when, means it has been written clearly that don't hit him hard. He is a minister, Miss McCleary, it has been stated, and don't try to overdo the Scott accents when, means now it has become a clear thing to the governor that it is a total plan led by Evans, and he had been helped by his friends. A fast approaching siren willed to its crescendo. To his crescendo, the great doors of the prison yard were pushed back, and a white police car squealed to a jerky halt beside them. Now a fast approaching siren car entered with that siren, willed to his crescendo. Crescendo means increasing sound. Okay, it came near, it came inside the great door of that prison yard and pushed back, and came and police car squealed to a jerk. Squeal means making a sound. With a jerking sound, the car had come and stopped in front of the governor. Detective Superintendent Carter swung himself out of the passenger seat and saluted the governor. And it was the Detective Superintendent Carter. He came out of that car. What the hell is happening, sir? And turning to McCleary, Christ, who has hit him? Now McCleary was standing, he was all bloody, his head was besmeared with blood. So whenever he saw McCleary, he was so much surprised, that Detective Superintendent Carter, and he asked the governor what the hell was going on. But McCleary cut across whatever explanation the governor might have given. Fieldway, officer, I knew where Evans. Now McCleary told, the Carter actually wanted to know what was going on from the governor, but here McCleary, that wounded McCleary, whose head has been besmeared, that blood was gushing out from his head, he just answered that Fieldway, officer, I knew where Evans. And that I told Fieldway means that wounded McCleary wanted to tell this to the Detective Superintendent Carter, that Evans had fled to Fieldway. He was breathing heavily and leaned for a support against the side of the car, where the imprint of his hand was left in tarnished crimson. And actually he had hold the bonnet of that car with his blood besmeared, blood filled hand, and that red imprint was there on that crimson color of that car. In bewilderment, Carter looked to the governor for guidance. What? Now the Carter could not understand what happened there. Only he heard it from a spilled way. Now bewilderment means the detective superintendent was totally perplexed. He was totally confused, and he asked the governor, "What?" Sorry. Now take him with you if you think he will be all right. He is the only one who seems to know what's happening. The governor told Carter that you take him. If you think that he is all right, means governor told Carter you may take McClary with you if you feel he is all right, and because he is the only person who knows what is happening. Now Carter opened the back door and helped McClary inside, and within a few seconds the car leaped away in a spot of gravel. And very quickly the car went away, went out of that prison premises, and in that car it was Carter and McClary. Spilled Now McClary actually had gone with Carter just to help him because it seemed he knew that where Evans had escaped. Spilled McClary had said, and there it was, starting up at the governor from the last few lines of the German text. Now the governor again find out few last lines of the governor of that question paper. From a Spilled drive to the Headington roundabout, where, yes, of course, the examiners board was in a Spilled and someone from the board must have been involved in escape plan from the very beginning. The question paper itself, the correction slip. Now the governor could realize, yes, a Spilled actually Evans's friend had given him the direction to go to a Spilled and the examination board, O-level examination board center was also there in Spilled. So the governor actually the governor realized that from examination board somebody over there who actually was helping Evans in that escape plan, and all the correction slip and all these the governor could realize all. The governor turned to Jackson and Stephens. I don't need to tell you what's happened, do I? Jackson and Stephens, they were standing there. Governor was very angry with them because governor had given all this duty to accomplish the examination without any hazards to Jackson, the senior prison officer, and Stephen, junior prison officer. But really it had happened as if a catastrophe, because Evans had fled for the 4th time from that jail. It's a great insult to the governor as well as the jail authority. So governor became very angry with them, and the governor turned to them and he told that I don't need to tell you what's happened, do I? His voice sounded almost calm in its scathing contempt, and contempt means hateful. In a hateful tone the governor told that I don't want I don't think that actually what happened I need to tell you. And which one of you two morons was it who took Evans for a nice little walk to the main gates and waved him bye-bye? And the governor asked them, and which one of these two morons? Morons means you are stupid. So which stupid had taken McClary to the front gate? It was me, sir, stammered Stephens. Stephens was stammering because he had been recruited not many days ago. So in front of his boss, in front of the governor, to give the answer, he was stammering, he was fumbling, and he told it was me. Just like you told me, sir, I could have sworn. And Stephens told, sir, you told me over the telephone. We know that in the story at 11:22, governor actually called Stephens, and Stephens told him, and had given the permission that after the examination you should take McClary to the main gate. So Stephens was trying to tell this, that you told me, sir. What? Just like I told you, you say? What the hell? The governor actually was surprised. What you were telling? I have told you to take the McClary to the main gate. What you were telling? When you rang, sir, you told me. Stephen was so much surprised also. Stephen told, yes, sir, you rang me. I just, you gave the order over telephone, I told. What was that? When was that? The governor's voice was a whelps now. It was whelps. It was a whipples. Whipples means he was so much, something fishy he found. Sir, about 11:20, just before 11:20, just before, it was actually 11:22, just before, you blithering idiot, man. It wasn't me who rang you. Don't you realize? Now the governor was so angry and he told you, blithering idiot. It was not me who rang you. And the governor told this to Stephen. You should understand, it was not me who rang you. Don't you realize? You couldn't realize that it was not me. But what was the use? He had used the telephone at the time, but only to try unsuccessfully once more to get through the examination board. Now, immediately the governor wanted to call an examination to the examination board, but it was of no use. He shook his head in growing despair and turned on the senior prison officer, means Jackson. He was very much despair. He was so much frustrated because what Stephens told, that governor had called him to take McClary to the main gate, and here the governor told that he did not make the call. It was not he, and Jackson and Stephens could not understand that it was a fake call, whatever, and he was very much frustrated. Now here, as for you, Jackson. Now, the governor is telling this to Jackson, the senior prison officer. As for you, Jackson, how long have you been pretending you have got a brain? He was so angry. He was cursing Jackson, and he told that how long would you pretend that you have got a brain? Means here Jackson wanted to tell that you are stupid, out and stupid, and you are pretending that you are an intelligent man. How long would you pretend? Well, I will tell you something, Jackson. Your skull is empty, absolutely empty. Now, being very much angry, being frustrated, being despair, here the governor was cursing Jackson, and he was telling that your skull is absolutely empty. It was Jackson who had spent 2 hours in Evans's cell the previous evening, and it was Jackson who had confidently reported that there was nothing hidden away there, nothing at all. And why the governor was so angry with Jackson? Because before the day of examination, Jackson searched Evans's room, and confidently he had given the report to the governor that nothing was hidden in that room, and all these actually nothing was hidden, nothing at all. And yet Evans had somehow managed to conceal not only a false beard, a pair of spectacles, a dog collar, and all the rest of the clerical paraphernalia, but also some sort of weapon with which he had given McClary such a terrible blow across the head. Oh. Now the governor was so much angry that he could not understand how it become so much possible for Evans, because how could he manage to conceal clerical paraphernalia, a dog collar, a pair of spectacles, not only that, a sort of weapon with which he had hit McClary. Nothing, actually everything become unthinkable. The thing became incredible to the governor, and he could not understand how it happened. A prison van alongside, but the governor made no immediate move. A prison van came. This is very usual that probably from any court a criminal has come to the jail, but the governor did not move from there. He looked down again at the last line of the German in that question paper. It's written the last line. Again, the governor read, "To the Headington roundabout, where you go straight over and make your way to New Bergen." New Bergen? Where on earth? New grave? Never heard of it. Now governor was thinking about, and he found a word, New Bergen. New Bergen, where the earth? Governor could not understand. New grave? Governor was thinking, never heard of it. Governor did not hear. Governor did not know about New Bergen. He told he had not heard such word. So new. But no, it was probably a code word, and then to hit him, Newbury. God, yes, Newbury was a pretty big sort of a place, but now he found it was not Newbergen. It must be Newbury. Actually, the word Newbergen, it is a false word. It was a code word for Newbury. And the governor found Newbury was there, and it was a huge place. It was a big place. He rapped out his orders to the driver. Rapped out means very quickly. He just gave the order to the drivers. St. Aglate's police station, and stop on it. Take Jackson and Stephens here, and when you get there, ask for Bell, Chief Inspector Bell. Go that. Now he immediately gave an order to the driver to take Stephens and Jackson with him, and he told, go to St. Aglate police station, because Newbury, this place comes under the St. Aglate's police station. And immediately the governor told that go there and ask and meet with Bell, Chief Inspector Bell of St. Aglate police station. You should mark this name, because who knows, in the MCQ this name could come, that who was Bell. You might find it very difficult. So mark this name. Wherever you meet any name, you should mark it, because lots of MCQ will come from here. He leaped the stairs to his office 3 at a time, and he was in a hurry. He was going to his chamber. The governor had given the order to Jackson and McClary to go to St. Adelaide police station and told them to meet with Bell, the governor, Chief Inspector Bell there. And he was going upstairs to his office, and he was just limping limping 3 stairs at a time. He was in a hurry. Got Bell on the phone immediately and put the facts before him, and immediately he made a phone call to Bell and told Bell, "We will get him, sir," said Bell. "We will get him with a bit of luck." And Bell, actually, he told this to the Chief Inspector Bell of St. Adelaide police station, and Bell was very hopeful. Bell actually told the governor, "Sir, we will get him with a bit of luck, we will get him." The governor sat back and lit a cigarette. Yes, gods, now governor was sitting in his chamber. It was yet another failure from his side. What a beautifully laid plan it had all been. What a clever fellow Evans was, careless, leaving that question paper behind. But then they all made their mistake somewhere along the line. And Evans, the governor was thinking it was a beautifully laid plan. Oh, Evans was a genius. But one mistake he had done. He had left back his question paper. Everybody does who actually done this type of mistake. Well, almost all of them means all the criminals. They made a mistake, and that mistake becomes a clue for the police people, for the detective. And that's why very, very shortly Mr. Clever Evans would be back inside doing his once more. And the governor was sure that as he had left the question paper, this is a mistake that he had committed, and because of this mistake, very, very soon Clever Evans would come back to this cell and doing his own job again. The phone on his desk erupted in a strident burst, and Superintendent Carter informed him that McClary had spotted Evans driving off alone a spillway. They had got the number of the car all right and had given chase immediately, but had lost him at the Headington roundabout. He must have doubled back into the city. And immediately, Carter, the superintendent, he informed the governor that McClary had spotted Evans' car. We just tried to follow the car, but somehow we had again that Evans driving off a spillway. We had got the number of the car all right, but he had given chase immediately, but again we had lost him. And I think he had having doubled back in the city, means lots of people were helping Evans to escape. "No," said the governor quietly. "No, he is on his way to Newbury." Here the governor told Carter, "No, you must not go to Headington roundabout," because Evans was going towards Newbury. He explained his reasons for believing so left it at that. It was a police job now, not his. He was just another good for a giggle, gullible governor, that was all. And governor told, "No, this is not my job, this is a police job." And he became good for a giggle. Good for a giggle means people laugh at him. Gullible means to whom people gullible means to whom you can make fool very, very quickly. And that was all. "By the way, Carter, I hope you managed to get McClary to the hospital all right." And governor told, "You must not chase, because it was a police job. Police will do this. And by this way, you should take McClary to the hospital." "Yes, he is in the Radcliffe now. Really groggy he was when we got to the examination offices, and they rang for the ambulances from there." So Carter told, yes, he should be already in the hospital, because he was really groggy. Groggy means he was struggling a bit because lots of blood had come out from his head, and he was there in the examination offices. From there, the Carter had made a call to the hospital, and the hospital ensured to send a ambulance from there. The governor rang the Radcliffe. A few minutes later, he asked for the accident department, and the governor, to be sure whether McClary had gone to the hospital, he just made a phone call to the Radcliffe, to Radcliffe, to be sure whether McClary had gone there to the accident department. McClary, you say, the receptionist who actually received the phone, to whom she was asking that, "McClary, you sir?" "Yes, he is a person." He is a person means bishop. Okay. So the governor was taking this news whether McClary has reached to the hospital or not. So today up to this, a few pages left. Next day, definitely we will try to complete it. Thank you very much for joining my class.